Hello and welcome to Fresh Faced One Shots. My name is Joey.
And I'm Jacob.
And today we are back with Action Comics, because we are indeed back with it. We have covered Action Comics before on Fresh Faced One Shots. But more importantly, we are back with Kingdom of Zod. This is Kingdom of Zod Part 2 with Action Comics 1101. We're back with Action Comics, this time written by Mark Waid. Here we go, Kingdom of Zod Part 2. I said last video, and obviously check out last video, Supergirl 16, we covered that first part of Kingdom of Zod there. I said last video that I find this event to have a really slow start so far with these first two issues, a lot of those sentiments will be echoed here.
I think it's interesting that this one has an even bigger cast because it's directly also following up, I'm guessing, Action 1100 plus.
Yeah, which you saw a brief bit of in the Superman annual, where we got to see the young Superboy and Superman united as they saved him from the time stream, alongside Booster, Mary Marvel, Martian Manhunter, this wonderful time traveling crew. So yeah, we're following up on that. We do also have another opening here with Eradicatrix, giving us some Zod backstory. We find out about Ursa's death. We find out about Zod's complete and total control of this city, and we get to see bits of.
Can I say what I think is?
Go ahead.
What I think is fascinating, I think, about this issue in particular is how visually, a lot of it likes to visually reference the Donner films, like.
I can see that.
More than anything else, which is interesting, visually, and then of course we eventually have Prime quoting the Donner film, like
but yeah, no, I can see that. I do like this vision of all the kryptonite spreading across the world in Egypt, Easter Island, Paris, and then Metropolis, and this gorgeous two-page spread as Jimmy looks at it through his camera. Really, really cool stuff. But we then go over to Superman, who's been saved from the time stream by little Superboy, and we begin going to we begin heading in the direction of the rest of our heroes who are confronting Zod. But in the meantime, we see Eradicatrix versus Supergirl. I don't know. I am also really enjoying something I always like to see in crossover events like this, where it's always structured in the way of specific titles taking issues away from their main arcs to do an event. I like seeing different art styles and how they tackle similar characters. So Montos in this case, I think draws a somewhat harsher Eradicatrix than we saw in the previous issue. I think that's
definitely harsher. Definitely harsher.
I just much prefer Montos as Zod. Actually, I like I feel like he's a bit more intimidating looking in this issue.
I think some of that also might just be down to some of the layouts. Like there's this layout where his head's just coming in from the side of the page.
Oh, that page goes so hard. Yeah. But yeah, we get that. A lot of big action sequences breaking out here. I love Zod interrogating Lois. There's some really great dialogue there. They play off each other really well as characters, and Lois just knows exactly how to get under his skin. And I just like this dynamic. I like these characters playing off each other. Seeing as Lois, is of course very closely connected to him right now, having stolen his powers for a period of time.
Powers that she no longer has.
Yes, and so it of course begs the question: where are the powers if Zod himself still does not have them? But as we find out as we continue on with the issue, we see more of that interrogation. We get some more action with the rest of our super characters taking on some of Zod's army here. We have.
I love this idea of past Clark Kent, like
Superboy.
This is good. Yeah, I was gonna say this is gonna get hard because there's Superboy, Prime. Like,
hey. Just say. Thankfully, we could just say Connor.
Yeah, we can say Connor, and we can say Prime for Prime. So Prime, Superboy hasn't encountered kryptonite yet. Like,
that makes that reveal very fun. As it starts to spread to the part of El Caldera that they land in. Also, we get a brief page here of Tomorrow Man going to Steelworks and gaining the help of John and Natasha. So that's interesting. That'll obviously, I guess, be more important as the event continues. But then we have Lois released. Zod seemingly getting his powers back. It certainly seemed that way to me. This great moment where Zod fucking eradicates this guy with a laser from his eyes. Good God, I love that artwork there. And then Zod gets a vision, it seems, of the kryptonite affecting all of our heroes in a moment of defeat for Kara, for Superman, Superboy. Interesting how Martian Manhunter, Booster Gold, and Mary Marvel are being affected.
Yeah, well, again, there's some buildup about this being like radiation, like last issue and in this issue, that like the radiation is also getting to people because this entire country has just made kryptonite like essential for building, essential for their currency, enough to be kind of wild and insane. Honestly, it feels like a comment on in a lot of ways, in certain ways AI, but also the fact that like El Salvador, I think it was El Salvador that changed its currency to cryptocurrency.
Oh really? Oh God! Yeah. I didn't know this.
No, it's a whole mess.
And you think Mark Waid is commenting on that here with the way that Zod is using kryptonite?
Well, there's
the connection is a little flimsy.
That, well, it's sort of just like the AI being put, like kryptonite as AI being pushed on a populace to poison it. Like, there's some interesting undertones here. Honestly, I think my biggest complaint is that I feel like the last issue and this issue could possibly have been one. Like,
yeah, I feel like I've been feeling that way a lot of the event. Like there aren't a ton of events. There aren't a ton of big beats to comment on as the issue keeps moving, because I like our ending. I like our Superboys working together as our cliffhanger. Connor and Prime bursting in on Zod as he's threatening Lois. Like, but it just comes very fast. It comes because it's a very quick moment, and then the issue's over. And like, I'm not being given the. As much, I do feel there's a small pacing issue with this event, and maybe I was just treated incredibly well at the last big Superman event with House of Brainiac, and that all being written by Joshua Williamson and him having a really great handle on the pace of that.
That only being 2 books, like let's be honest.
Yeah, 2 books, and there was a special in there, and like Williamson just had a really great handle on the pacing of that, and I feel like it's just a little harder when you're spreading it across multiple writers and trying to plan things out. Maybe it's possible in specific circumstances. I remember actually when we covered Night of the Monster Men, that being a good example of those different writers coalescing in a really cool way.
Again, but that also, I think that was one where it was only
3.
That was 3 books.
3 books, yeah.
Doing all 4 is tricky, because I remember way back early days of the podcast, Death of Superman, that there were points where, especially in Funeral for a Friend, where the jumping between books got a little messy.
Yeah. To be fair, thankfully, in the case of like Death and Return of Superman, you've got you could focus on different parts of the world and see how they're reacting to Superman's death. And of course, I think that event really starts to blossom then when Reign of the Superman happens, and those 4 books can kind of go off and do their own thing.
Whereas this one is doing one narrative thread.
That's it. I am enjoying this. Also,
I think it's a good start. I think it's a good start, and I think the decision to publish these first 2 parts in the same week
is a good idea.
Might indicate that they realized this is stretched a little bit, instead of, because we could have had Supergirl last week, Action this week, next week Unlimited, week after Superman. So doing these both here, that makes some sense. It's just
There's
it's just a little slow. It's a little slow.
I just have a hard time fully endorsing it so far. But of course, I mean, I know that'll probably change once I'm given a Williamson issue and once I fall utterly in love with it all over again. But
next week we have a Slott issue, though.
We do have a Dan Slott issue. And
here's the thing, I have no opinion on Dan Slott. Dan
Slott's a fine writer. Currently he's on my shit list because I just discovered Tomorrow Man, and And I just am vehemently against that in any way, shape, and form. So, all that said, I think that does it for us today. Thank you all so much for watching. Check out my first race on shots we do. Obviously, we cover Superman by Joshua Williamson, which is the reason we're covering this entire event. But we're also covering Batman by Matt Fraction, Wonder Woman by Tom King, Uncanny X-Men by Gail Simone. There's also the main podcast, Fresh Trade Comics, where at the time of this coming out, we are currently between episodes. We are between our DC block and our current Marvel block. We just covered Dark Side of War, the end of Jeff Johns' Justice League, and our next episode is Daredevil Yellow by Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale. All kinds of fun stuff coming up there. There's also our Patreon, patreon.com/Studios. You get all kinds of fun things there, like early Star Trek reviews, exclusive Star Trek commentaries, fresh face extras, bad movie commentaries. If you're down to any of that, there's so very much of it. There's a $1 general support tier. It is the Cadet tier. It'll get named down below on every video we put out. People are seeing it named out there. They're a cool person. They want to be a cool person too, and they will join the Patreon, because that, let me tell you, is exactly where all the cool people go. There's also our link trees, our socials, all that is down below. You can follow us, or everyone will follow us. Thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, this has been Joey Morgan.
Jacob Licklider.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.